What's up everyone? We're back with another YouTube whiteboard video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over why you're not building muscle. A lot of people say they struggle to build muscle or they just can't build muscle in general. They say they train hard, they go to the gym consistently, but then they all look the same year after year after year. And it's not necessarily because of their training. Most of the time, it just comes down to a few simple mistakes that they are making that they can easily fix. I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons why you don't see muscular gains even after going to the gym. Number 1 is going to be not eating enough. We know muscle is tissue, meaning we need to feed it nutrients, minerals, oxygen, blood supply to build that muscle, to have that muscle work. But what you might not realize is that muscle is metabolically expensive tissue. If you're not eating enough, your body simply has no reason to build or get bigger muscles. Some things we can do to make sure we're eating enough is first have a increase in calories or a caloric surplus. Right? If we want to get bigger, we have to eat more than our body is used to. First, you need to figure out your baseline maintenance calories, how many calories you burn each day. That's how many you should be eating to remain baseline or stay the exact same weight. All you simply have to do from there is increase those calories. So if I burn 4,000 calories a day and I'm eating 4,000 calories, I'm not going to gain any muscle. But if I put myself in a slight caloric surplus, like 200 to 300 calories extra, now I'm at 4,300 calories and I'm only burning 4,000. That caloric surplus is going to help us build muscular tissue. Number 2 is going to be adequate amounts of protein. We know that proteins or amino acids are building blocks for muscle. So if we are not reaching our protein goal, we are not going to be able to build muscle. And a common misconception that a lot of people have too is that you need to eat so much protein. No, that's not the case, right? You want to aim for around 0.7 to 0.9 grams per pound of body weight. If you're an athlete and you're training and you're running and you're doing everything and you're very active, maybe you can go slightly higher. But you got to realize too that protein is also an energy source, right? So if we are eating, if I'm 220 pounds and I'm eating 330 grams of protein a day, all that protein is not going to be used for muscles. It's actually just going to be converted into energy. And our body prefers what as energy? Carbs, right? So if we are eating an excessive amounts of protein, that extra protein is just going to be used as energy or fuel, which is not really what our body wants to use. So save your wallet, guys. We don't want to be eating so much extra protein, but make sure you're eating an adequate amount for your body weight, for your lifestyle, for your training habits. And then number 3 is going to be consistent meals. We want to make sure we're eating consistently throughout the day, whether that's 3 meals a day, whether that's 4 meals a day, whether that's 5 meals a day. We want to make sure our body has enough energy throughout the day to eat consistently. What we don't want to do is have one big meal in the morning and not eat at all, or have one big meal at night and only have 1 to 2 meals a day spaced out very far apart. Because what this does, this can actually slow down our metabolism, because our body can go in a shock or a state of fight or flight where it doesn't realize when it's going to get its next meal, meaning it's going to slow its metabolism down, try to conserve the energy in the food you already have, the excess tissue that you already have, right? And then that's going to make our metabolism slow down, which means we're not going to have a functioning or efficiently functioning metabolism using those calories to be used for muscle or not. We're just going to be preserving all that, which actually can create more fat that we want too. But make sure we're having consistent meals throughout the day. Make sure we're getting an adequate amount of protein. Make sure we're in some sort of caloric surplus. And you also might say, oh, Zach, I eat so much, like I can't eat more. If you actually started tracking how much you're eating throughout the day, you realize you're under eating and not overeating, right? And then from there, you simply just have to eat more. And it's not going to be comfortable, right? If it was comfortable, everyone would be able to put on muscle. Everyone would be fine with bulking. But that's what makes it difficult, right? Our body likes to eat what it eats to be satiated, right? We don't like to feel full or experience eating when we're already full. But that's what you have to do if you want to be in a caloric surplus, if you want to gain size. Number 2 is going to be progressive overload. We know that the leading cause of muscular gain is mechanical tension, which means muscle grows in response to a demand. If your weight in the gym, your reps in the gym, your intensity in the gym, your frequency in the gym, if any of that never increases, your body has no reason to adapt. What we first can do is start adding weight week by week. If you're a power lifter, to kind of progress by your block size 4, 6, 8 weeks, and then kind of go back down. What we want to do is create muscular adaptations by adding weight. Another thing we can do, like I mentioned, is adding more reps into each set. So if you don't want to add weight, we can add more reps. And number 3 is improved performance. We're increasing and we're improving our performance week after week after week. If your lifts haven't improved in months, muscle growth will stall because our muscles have no reason to adapt to stimulus to get bigger or stronger. And kind of going off the last one, number 3 is going to be having too much junk volume. Doing more exercises doesn't mean more progress or bigger muscles. A lot of people do random exercises, random sets, random workouts with no clear progression. Quality over quantity will always be more important. You can also cut out junk volume by training with intent with each and every set and each and every rep. And we also need to be able to recover properly. Number 4 is going to be having poor sleep. If you're not sleeping 7 to 9 hours, you're not getting consistent sleep, and you wonder why you're not gaining progress in the gym, this is exactly why. Muscle is not built when we're working out. Muscle is built when we are recovering, specifically sleep. We want to make sure we're having deep sleep, which means we're getting 7 to 9 hours of adequate sleep a night and having deep sleep cycles. If we have better sleep, we're going to have better hormone recovery. And then if we also have better sleep, we're going to have protein synthesis kick in. This is the biological process where your body builds new proteins from amino acids. For lifters, the more important one is muscle protein synthesis, or MPS, which is your body's ability to build new muscle, to repair new muscle as well during recovery. We have to remember that poor sleep can negatively affect our training, our performance, our recovery, and our hormones. And then number 5 is going to be inconsistent training. We can't build muscle with occasional effort. If we're going to the gym 2 days here, 1 day there in the week, and then 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, if we just have inconsistent training, we're never going to see muscular or strength adaptations. This is where a lot of people make the mistake of giving up because they don't see progress quickly. And I always tell my clients and I always tell people that it's a marathon, not a sprint, meaning you're not going to see progress in a day, you're not going to see progress in a week, but if you stay consistent month after month, year after year, you will see progress. Muscle growth comes from progress over time, year after year. If you simply just stay consistent, you're patient, and you progressively train over time, you will see strength and muscle gains. The majority of people you see online, the physiques you admire, are from years and years and years of training. Those people are training 10, 15 plus years. Heck, I've been training for almost 8 years now. If you put this on pen and paper, building muscle is very simple. We want to make sure we're eating enough. We want to make sure we're progressively overloading. We want to make sure we don't have junk volume and that we're training with intent and purpose. We want to make sure our sleep and recovery is good. We want to make sure we're staying consistent in the gym and not being inconsistent with our training. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're new or you haven't subscribed already. Just another whiteboard video, guys, going over things that, might be complicated to you, but just putting it in simple terms. Yeah, so I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the love. If you haven't, give my website a look. Go to my Instagram, go to my TikTok. Make sure to support me, guys. It truly means the world. And I couldn't be more thankful to have all these new subscribers, all these new people watching my videos. Like I said, if you have anything you want done in a video, drop it in the comments below, and I'll be sure to make a video on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless, and have a great rest of your day.